Thank you. Thank you very much. Like the speaker before me, I am a TED version, I guess. I'm also the first time here, and I don't know what to say. I'm really happy that Mr. Anderson invited me. I'm really grateful that I get a chance to play for everyone. And the song that I just played was by Joseph Hoffman. It's called Kaleidoscope. And Hoffman is a Polish pianist and composer of the late 19th century. And he's widely considered one of the greatest pianists of all time. I have another piece that I'd like to play for you. It's called Abegg Variations by Robert Schumann, a German 19th century composer. The name Abegg, Abegg is actually A-B-E-G-G, and that's the main theme of the melody. That comes from the last name of one of Schumann's female friends. But he wrote that for his wife. So actually, if you listen carefully, there's supposed to be 5 variations on this Abegg theme. It's written around 1834, so even though it's old, I hope you like it. now comes the part that I hate. Uh, well, because Mr. Anderson told me that this session is called Sync and Flow, I was wondering, what do I know that these geniuses don't? So I'll talk about musical composition, even though I don't know where to start. How do I compose? I think Yamaha does a really good job of teaching us how to compose. What I do first is I make a lot of little musical ideas you can just improvise here at the piano, and I choose one of those to become my main theme, my main melody, like the Abeg that you just heard. And once I choose my main theme, I have to decide, out of all the styles of music, what kind of style do I want? And this year I composed a romantic style. So for inspiration, I listened to Liszt and Tchaikovsky and all the great romantic composers. Next, I make the structure of the entire piece with my teachers. They help me plan out the whole piece, and then the hard part is filling it in with musical ideas, because then you have to think. And then when the piece takes somewhat of a solidified form, you're supposed to actually polish the piece, polish the details, and then polish the overall performance of the composition. And another thing that I enjoy doing is drawing. Drawing because I like to draw, Japanese anime art. I think that's a craze among teens right now. And once I realized it, there's a parallel between creating music and creating art. Because for your motive or your little initial idea for your drawing, it's your character. You want to decide who do you want to draw, or if you want to draw an original character. And then you want to decide how are you going to draw the character. Like, am I going to use one page? Am I going to draw it on the computer? Am I going to use two-page spread like a comic book for more grandiose effect, I guess. And then you have to do the initial sketch of the character, which is like your structure of a piece. And then you add pen and pencil and whatever details that you need. That's polishing the drawing. And another thing that both of these have in common is your state of mind, because I know I'm one of those teenagers that are really easily distracted. So if I'm trying to do homework, and I don't feel like it, I'll try to draw or waste my time. And then what happens is sometimes I absolutely can't draw, or I can't compose at all. And then it's like there's too much on your mind. You can't focus on what you're supposed to do. And sometimes if you manage to use your time wisely and work on it, you'll get something out of it, but it doesn't come naturally. What happens is if something magical happens, if something natural happens to you, you're able to produce all this beautiful stuff instantly. And then that's what I consider flow, because that's when everything clicks and you're able to do anything. You feel like you're on top of your game and you can do anything you want. I'm not going to play my own composition today because although I did finish it, it's way too long. Instead, I'd like to try something called improvisation. I have here 7 note cards, one with each note of the musical alphabet, and I'd like someone to come up here and choose 5. Anyone to come up here and choose 5, and then I can make it into some sort of melody, and I'll improvise it. Oh, wow. A volunteer, yay! Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Okay.
I guess,
5?
yes, 5 cards, any 5 cards.
Okay. 1,
Okay,
2,
yes.
3. Oh, D and F. Too familiar.
One more.
Okay. E for effort.
Would you mind reading them out in the order that you chose them?
Okay. C, G, B, A, and E.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And what about these?
I won't use them.
Oh.
Thank you. Now she chose C, G, B, A, E. I'm going to try to put that in some sort of order. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to have a moment to think, and I'll try to make something out of it. next song, or the encore, that I'm going to play is called Bumble Boogie by Jack Fina.
When I was 16, I found this motorcycle. It was a dilapidated piece of junk that wasn't going, but I realised how special it was. Restoration of this motorcycle has taught me to improvise with mechanical things. My name is Mark Lesek. I live in Hobart, Tasmania. I'm Director of Dynamic Welding and Engineering. It's a pretty cool place. We do machine shop work. We do aluminium welding. 7 years ago, I had an accident and lost the best part of my arm. I got a prosthetic on my own insurance. It didn't work. It was very unreliable. It wasn't fixed to my body and flopped about. It simply wasn't up to the job. I thought, if you can fix your own motorcycle, why can't you fix a prosthetic? So I did a search to find out as much information as possible and came across the Cairns artificial arm. This is an antique arm from the early 1900s, and in its time it was so mechanically advanced. With patent search on Google, I was able to find every single Cairns patent online. So I set about trying to reverse engineer it. The arm itself has many good features. It's body-powered, which means it won't break down. You can use it for heavy-duty work, and you can also repair it yourself.
And hold a beer.
And hold a beer, exactly. Some of the new things I hope to add to this arm is an extra finger joint, and it will be gear-driven. Will also be lighter with spacious materials such as magnesium and carbon fibre. That is so cool.
Well, if you think how many people have lost limbs but can't afford the new electronic limbs, I mean, it is rewarding knowing that one day people will be able to wear something that Mark and I are working on.
My hope for this artificial arm is to wear it and share it so amputees can live a normal life again. It doesn't matter if it's a bike or an arm or your life. If you can take it apart, if you can understand it, you can make it better.